Uh,
Please.
there we go. So it's being recorded. And yeah, Brooke, I hope that was
Yeah.
a good introduction,
Thank
but take it
you.
away, my friend.
Thank
And
you so
you,
much.
before I mute myself, do you need host privileges so that you can
Share my
screen share?
screen.
Okay,
Actually, it looks like I can share it without it.
beautiful.
That's fine.
Okay, take it
Hi.
away then.
Hi, everybody. I'm so glad. Thank you for joining me live tonight. I know that this is a different schedule for you, and so I just really appreciate that you're here. Also, my dogs are here. As you can hear, I have two chihuahua mixes. But let's start. I'd love to just hear from everyone. Just let's do a mental health check-in. So, scale of 1 to 10, how good do you feel tonight? And let's just go through. You can unmute yourself and just say one word about how you're feeling tonight. Danielle, do you want to start?
Sure, stuffed up. I think that's
Okay.
the word.
And you got a 4, you're at a 4?
Yeah.
Okay, great, thanks. And we'll move over to Maureen. Hi.
I'm feeling productive, so 7 to 8.
Oh, nice. Okay, thank you. And Kristen, hi.
Hi. I'd say 6 and focused.
Okay, beautiful, thank you. And Erica, hi Erica.
I'd say I'm probably about a 4 or 5. And I don't know, I'm sad.
You're sad, yeah.
Quite my smile.
Yeah, I get that. Thank you for sharing, and thanks for your courage. And Jacqueline? You're on two places here.
So I'm pretty close to a 10 right now. I got my workout in before I came on with you guys, and I'm with some of my favorite people. I'm just super grateful. My kids aren't killing each other and they're pretty happy. So I'll say 10.
Nice.
Word is content.
Okay.
Sorry.
Content. Beautiful. Let me yell at my dog 1 second. It works. It works. Hi, Megan. Mental health check. Where are you?
Yeah.
Scale of 1 to 10.
So I think I'm about an 8. I didn't get my workout in this morning. So I just finished it a little while ago. So I feel better about that. So accomplished.
Okay.
Because I kind of was beating myself up for not doing it this morning.
Nice. Yeah. Sometimes it's good to just take action and get it all done. Okay. Beautiful. Thank you all so much for sharing. I'm going to share my screen. This is one of my favorite. Have you heard of imposter syndrome before? One of my favorite topics ever, because I suffered / maybe still suffer from it sometimes. I have a process that I've come up with when you change your state and change your story. It's very Tony Robbins. He says that's doing the inner work. So changing your state means changing your emotions. Changing your story means changing your thoughts, your thought patterns. Then you, from that place, from doing the inner work, you get to upgrade your skills and learn new skills and techniques and communication things, and then you can move on to strategy. So that's where you start to take action. You start to make a plan in your business, and then you continue to focus on your success and come back to the vision that you set for yourself. So this is kind of my process that I take clients through. Tonight we're going to really be around changing your state and changing your story. Because doing the inner work, the outside always reflects the inside. So it comes from within first, changing your belief system, changing your thought patterns and your emotions. Will influence the way that you relate to the world, and that the way that you step outside into your business. And right. So if you come from a place of feeling unworthy or not enough or feeling like an imposter, you're going to take action very differently in your business than if you come from a place of feeling worthy, connected, confident, and dialed in, right? Do you get that? So yeah. Okay, great. So yeah, so that's the process we're going to go through tonight to kind of get you moving along changing your state, changing your story first, and then seeing if you need to upgrade your skills, and then taking action on your business. So that's what I want to do tonight. And I love this graphic. I don't know why words aren't coming to me all of a sudden. This graphic is so amazing. Success is an iceberg, right? The thing that we see is the Instagram. We see everybody perfect. We see everything in place. But what we don't see is everything underneath the surface, all of the dedication, the hard work, the discipline, the mindset work, the I'm not going to say failures, but the coming back to it, the persistence that it takes again and again and again to come back to your vision. A lot of times we don't see that. And I also love this graphic because if you think about it, like the subconscious mind, the brain, your conscious mind is like, yes, I want success. I want to go for that. And your subconscious mind can be like, whoa, 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 we're not ready for that. We're not qualified enough to do that, right? Like all of these kind of thoughts can come up that can stop you from sort of being on your own team. And this work is so much about just getting on the same page with yourself. We're always talking in our heads, are we not? Anybody else talk in your head, right? So sorry about my dogs. So what we want to have that start to move that conversation to something that's more beneficial for you, something that's more empowering to you, because the disempowering story can stop you. It's like putting on the brake and the gas at the same time, where your conscious mind says, yeah, I want to go for something, but your subconscious mind is like, whoa, 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 we're not good enough for that, right? So I want you to get on the same page. So then you can just start taking action from that place of worthiness and that place of moving, being able, confident to move forward in your business. Is this making sense? Okay, and just let me know. I like to be interactive with these. So if you have anything you want to say or any feedback, feel free to just take yourself off mute. That's the way I work. So my own struggle with imposter syndrome. All right, so I have 1,001 degrees. I have a master's degree. Like I got the AA, and then I got the BA, and then I went for the master's degree, and then I got training after training after training after training. I did NLP, I did deep transformational coaching. I just did a training in RIM. I've done yoga training, massage, like all body work, somatic training. Like it's insane how many trainings I have. And I realized that a couple of years ago, like it was coming from this place of not feeling ready, not like I didn't know enough yet. I needed to just get one more training. And it may not be as extreme in your life, but I needed like one more certification, and then I'll be ready to help people, or just do like one more thing. And what it came from was a deep sense of feeling like I wasn't good enough. I'm never going to be good enough. I don't deserve it. All of these things that you see here. I'm a fraud. People are going to find out about me. They'll know that I'm faking it, right? There's so many others that are better out there, like so many other coaches. Anybody have that comparison stuff start to come up, right? Yeah. So there's so many other, why would someone want to work with me? And after sort of digging around a little bit, what I realized was that this place, it was a decision that I made, y'all, in third grade. So the third grade decision that I made that I wasn't good enough. And what happened that day was that I got to school. Some of you know the story, but I told a boy that I liked him. I passed him a note and I told him I liked him. And the next morning at school, he had passed the note around to all my classmates. So everybody had read it. I got to school. They all laughed at me in the lineup, in the line. And in that moment, I was so embarrassed, ashamed, just deeply just this close happened, like I closed in on myself. And from that moment on, I never really raised my hand in class. I made a decision that getting laughed at was so painful that I never wanted to be laughed at again. So that's part of, and then I realized like a third grader was running my business. A third grader was running my business. My third grade self that I hadn't processed yet was taking over and sending out messages to people and from a deep place of not feeling good enough or worthy. Yeah. And then there's a protection of like, I never want to be that embarrassed again. And so learning this work and going through this work brings you to a place where you can be fully resourced and you can be like, okay, that was an innocent part of me, which is what we're going to do tonight and flow through tonight. Is this resonating with anyone? Just raise your hand. Yeah. We're all human. Yeah. And that's another thing I want you to know is that imposter syndrome is more common than you think. Like, raise your hand if you kind of struggle with these themes. I'm not good enough, not worthy yet. They're going to find out about me. I'm going to be embarrassed. Other people do it way better than me. Here's a list of the ones that I could come up with or think through. You might have your own unique to you. I don't know enough. So I can't get started, or I don't know enough, so I can't help people. Who am I to do that? I hear this one a lot, right? Like, who am I to XYZ? I'm too dumb or not smart enough. Had that one too. I'm a fraud and people will find out that I'm a fraud and then I'll be embarrassed. I'm not an expert. I need one more training or one more certification and then I'll be ready. I have to prove myself. Also, I have to prove my worth. I don't deserve success. I have to be perfect. And I'm deceiving others. So there's this kind of like mask that you wear that it's kind of feels a lot like shame sometimes of like, I'm going to deceive others. Is this resonating? So I want you, yeah. So like I said, it's more common than you think. So I really want you to slow down, and you're going to need a journal for this process or some kind of something to write with. You can write in your phone too. But just listen to the talk that's happening in your head, right? Get it out on paper. So then it's not just like banging around up inside your head. Like, you can actually look at it and see it. Okay. So I'm just going to give you a few moments to make a list of things around this topic that are holding you back, preventing you from moving forward. We could also add, I'm not a good leader to that list. I hear that a lot around Beachbody community. So that might speak to you as well. Okay. I will give you a couple minutes to just jot some notes. Okay, so I'm going to stop here for a second and would love to hear what's coming up for you, because I really want you to understand that this is really common and normal. And I want you to hear from each other. So what's coming? What are you working with tonight? Just go ahead and take yourself off mute, put on your courage hat, and let's do this thing. Who wants to break free tonight? Yeah, Maureen.
So sometimes it shows up as like silence, like I can't answer their question. So I guess that kind of comes from a place of like, I don't know enough yet. Like I just know what works for me. I don't know like all the ins and outs or the expertise that some people might want. Or another big one is like, they don't like me. Like that stops me from reaching out to a lot of people because I'm like, and I think that comes from a sense of like, I'm not worthy, or I'm not likable or lovable or something like that. But that always seems to stop me in my tracks.
Yeah. Anybody else? I do. Yeah. They won't like me. Yeah. I love this. And I love how short they are too. Like, we really want to get into that third grade language, right? We want, because it sounds young, right? They're not going to like me. So then you can start to look back in the past. to see where that came from. Thanks, Maureen. I'll give you some questions to question it in just a second, but Danielle, did you want to say something?
Sure.
Yeah,
I'm always happy to share.
I felt you ready to jump in.
Yeah, I love expounding on all of my imposter syndrome issues. So the ones that I wrote down were, I'm a fraud. My degrees are not enough. I actually have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm not a good leader. I'm not getting myself good enough results. And I only had the capacity for one time to be good.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. How does that feel to say out loud? Do you feel like crap?
Oh,
I want you all to feel like crap.
So we're not improving very much. Letting the baggage go though, right?
Yeah. Thanks, Danielle. Yeah, it's so important to just get clear on what it is, what this thing is that's holding you back. Kristen, did you want to say something? I saw you pop off mute.
I was going to say one of my big ones my whole life has been but statements, because I was always given those by my father. You did this well, comma, but this was something you need to do better. And I realized a few years ago, like how perverted that tape had gotten in my head, where I applied it to everything. So anytime now, like I even think about it, I'm like, I'll compliment myself. Like, all right, you have this, you have a master's in counseling, you're a chaplain, like you reach people, and that stops me. And my other big one now is that just has come up in the last year is I'm just a stay-at-home mom, which is a huge career switch for me. And that has really, I think I'm just recently realizing how much that's kind of put fear in me.
Yeah. Wow, this is deep. I love this. And so there's two words like but and just that are kind of holding you back there. How can we put it into third grade language? Like what would be kind of, if you could boil that down into a statement?
I would say, but again, I'm not good enough.
Perfect. Yeah. Perfect. And does that make you feel like crap? That's what I'm going for.
Because in a way, like I've worked on this before, and so I'm well aware of them. So it's just kind of that reminder to sit down sometimes and be like, you need to face them and talk about them. And
I love that.
Thank you. Emotion.
Thank you so much, Kristen. Yeah. Jackie, did you take yourself off mute?
I can. Brooke knows mine very well. In fact, she has no problem calling me out on it when it shows up, because mine comes in the form of I'm not getting it fast enough. Like I'm not catching up like other people do fast enough. And that surfaced for me kindergarten. Like everybody thought I was very bright, but for some reason reading was really hard for me. And so whenever it seems to be happening faster for other people around me, it's part imposter, part comparison, and they mold together in this beautiful little mess in my head, and it limits me in so many areas. But that is I could say yes to pretty much every single one that you guys have said, but that one is most usually at the helm. It's like, you're not getting this fast enough. This should be happening faster for you. You should be brighter than this. Like what's the problem? What's wrong with you? That's mine.
Ooh, that's deep. Yeah, there's something wrong with me. Ooh, that might be fun to question too. Jackie, thanks.
We have very different definitions of fun, Brooke.
I know. If you're not in tears, it's not fun.
That explains so much about our relationship.
Thanks so much, Jackie. Anybody else want to share one? Hey, welcome if you're just joining. Talking through imposter syndrome.
I'll go.
Yeah, please.
One of mine is that I'm too scattered. I'm too unorganized, successful. I always get in my way because I feel like everything needs to be 100% perfect and everything before I can move forward, and I can never get past that just a-okay stage. So I'm just stuck most of the time. Wow. And not just in business. I feel like I'm stuck in like a lot of things.
Yeah. I mean, this stuff it shows up in business, but this is a dance of the wholeness of your life. These beliefs they run your subconscious mind. So it can show up in relationships and everywhere else. Yeah. Thanks, Erica. Okay. So we have some good third grade. Megan, did you want to share one?
Yeah, I'm kind of like everybody else. Like, I feel like I'm always comparing myself, because if I'm not to that level, like, I think it was Jackie, you said, like, if I'm not to that level everybody else is, then, why not? Like, what's my problem? So
Yeah. And then, yeah, right. And then at that point, you're just kind of like, why even do it? I'm not even going to be as good or whatever, right? Like, there's this moment of kind of throwing your hands up. Or maybe for you, it shows up in different ways. But thank you, Megan. Thank you. And Paige, hi. We're talking through imposter syndrome. It's great to see you.
It's good to see you too.
Yeah. Any imposter in there?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah. What does yours say? Not good enough, not smart enough. I'll never get this. I'll
never get there.
I'll never get there.
Mm-hmm.
Because why?
Oh gosh, we're just going right in, aren't we?
Yeah.
Good call, Paige.
Thank you. I'm surprised. It's great. Wait, can you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
I'm never going to get there because why?
What
does it mean about you?
Because I'm not at that level. I'm not good enough to get there.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. We've located it. So now I want to share with you what to do next. We're going to question it. So everybody write down. So just pick one. Pick the one that kind of, like it hurts your heart a little bit. It kind of just like twists a little bit, feels bad inside you. Okay. And then we're going to question it with these inquiry questions. So the mind likes to generalize, right? And we want to get really specific. We want to just ask these questions so the mind can get can start to just get clear and really specific and start to change this belief for you. So is your belief true? Look at your belief. Hopefully you've written it down. And this is a meditation. So it's like, is it true? And sometimes you're like, yes, I am definitely not good enough. This is true. So then you ask the question, can you absolutely know that it's true? Beyond a shadow of a doubt. And then we'll get into and it's just yes or no. So I just love to see your heads. Yes or no. Is this belief true for you? Yeah. Can you absolutely know with beyond a shadow of a doubt that it's true? Paige said no. Get where we're going with this? Okay. So what exactly makes you a fraud? I want you to get so specific and just journaling through this. How exactly are you not good enough? Or not a good enough leader? Or how do you not know enough? Exactly. Write it all down. Who exactly are you afraid will find out about you? Who exactly are you comparing yourself to? And do you actually want their life? It's very tricky to compare your business to someone else's business because they have a completely different life than you have, right? Would you want to be with their husband? Would you want their health? Would you want their kids? Would you want their situation, family situation? Do you even know what their family situation is? Do you even know what the back end of their business looks like? right? Does that make sense? So who exactly are you comparing yourself to? And do you actually want their life? And you can't just compare business to business, right? That's like apples and oranges. What exactly are you not deserving of? This is my favorite question. These next two, how will you know when you know enough or when you are enough? What exactly is an expert? If it's 10,000 hours of experience, then is 9,000 hours not enough? Like, how do you, like, what do you get? Where do you draw the line? What about 9,999? And then the last question is, how is your belief benefiting you? And a lot of people say, this belief isn't benefiting me, right? But I want you to get really present to it. Like, does it keep you from, does it keep you safe? Does it keep you hiding out? Does this belief keep you like, make you not really want to work? Or, right, it's benefiting you somehow. So get present to what that is. I get to hide and stay safe and no one will laugh at me. I won't be embarrassed. And then what's your belief costing you? We'll just stop here for a second. What's coming up now? Any new ahas?
I think I love that where you had said like your favorite question is though like what is that marker where you know that you've like okay I'm there as somebody who's like hyper logical and super ration driven. That's a really good questioning question for me because I can go back for all the things that I said and and there's a measuring stick there. So
Yeah,
thank you.
you're welcome.
I think what did it for me is when you said, how is it benefiting you? Is it, and that kind of, oh yeah, because it's, it's keeping me hidden, which, and safe and like conserve energy. Like I don't have to people out there, so that was eye-opening.
Yeah.
That I'm avoiding.
Yeah. And then, it's soothing that place inside and then moving forward anyway. Being like, you're safe to put yourself out there. Anybody else?
For me, it was the like the statement I chose was the just a stay-at-home mom. That's the one that hurts me. And I was able to kind of, after the first question though, I did like fogging and I was like, true, I am a stay-at-home mom, but not just. And that was nice because I could kind of like shut it down there and be like, okay, there's truth in that statement, but it's not the whole truth.
That's right.
And when we got to the end is the two that kind of sucked me back in and I was like, oh, with the how does it benefit me? And the thing is, it's my excuse not to do work when I already feel depleted.
Yeah.
Bingo. And that made me stop and go, well, why do you feel depleted? What else needs to change that you're feeling that depleted? And that was, again, that was kind of a hit at home to be like, all right, there's more to it there.
Ooh, getting free already. I love this. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to go back in the past now. So, and it's okay if you don't, if a thought doesn't come. This is a subconscious process, but is the feeling that you're having when you think this thought or this, when you have this belief, is it familiar? Is the feeling familiar? And what's the root? What's the root of that thought? And you'll feel it in the body as a contraction, right? Sort of, you know how I was saying it kind of like hurts a little bit. I want you to find that place in the body where it hurts. The subconscious mind lives in the body. So we do a lot of work at a body level. And just breathe into the energy there where there's contraction. Meet it with acceptance. And what that could look like is, I call it, it's called reparenting, right? You're parenting yourself from a like a resourced place or a place of wisdom and love and unconditional kindness for yourself. So what that could look like is the inner child, like my inner third grader would be like, oh, I'm scared people are going to laugh at me again and it's going to hurt. And then like the parent side of me, the reparenting part would be honey. I always say honey, that's what I call myself, but like it's safe to put yourself out there. I've got you. I'm going to take care of you. And you can, I'll give you a nice, safe place to hide inside my heart and you can just stay there. Does that make sense? And I'm going to take care of you and I accept you completely. And if everybody laughs at you, I'll laugh along with you and we'll have fun together or something, you know, something to kind of start to soothe. This is also a nervous system conversation. We want the nervous system to feel soothed. So what's going to be soothing to your body? What would be soothing to hear? Sometimes I say from like your grandmother or like my grandmothers weren't great, but like a grandmother who is nurturing and loving, and you know, like that iconic archetypal grandma. What would feel good to hear? So the way I like to do is put my hand on my heart and just give myself that. I love you no matter what you do. You're safe. It's okay to just, you can hide out while I take care of business. Right? My inner third grader can go hide in my heart while grown-up Brooke takes care of the business side of things. Does that make sense? Are you getting this? Okay, so just breathe. I'm going to give you a minute to sort of reparent yourself, feel into what would feel better at an emotional level. What's going to soothe your nervous system the most? Breath, presence. You're safe, you're loved. I've got your back, you're enough, you're worthy, you're born worthy. It's okay to hide if you need to hide right now. You're just giving yourself that, meeting your own need from within. It's safe to be you. You're a special snowflake. Nobody can do it like you. And breathe. So breathe into the energy where there was contraction. And let it flow through, accepting it. It's like, how can you love the inner critic? It's like, inner critic, you're there, I see you, and I love you anyway. You can complain as much as you want, and I'm still going to love you. Okay, so just take one more deep, beautiful breath. And this could be done in writing anytime you want, writing a letter to your inner child, or it could be conversation just with your hands on your heart. How are you feeling? This can stir up some emotion. And that's okay. It's normal. We're going to turn it around shortly. So who would you be if you could see beyond this limiting conclusion? How would you feel if you could never think that thought again? So you can just journal a little bit. Who would you be? How would you be in your business? I'll give you a couple minutes. And what's coming up now? Any new insights coming through?
I think I would be much more confident and self-assured, a little more brave,
Yeah.
and like just having that sense of being capable, strong,
Yeah.
like present.
Were you able to locate the root of the thought?
Yes. Yeah.
Any
It's like
any
more.
chance you'd like to share it with us?
Well, just so basically, back, I guess, first or second grade, like when I was little, there was, I guess you could say I was bullied, even though like back then I never thought I was bullied. I just thought that they didn't like me. Like there was something wrong with me. And I guess that has always kind of like shown its like ugly head throughout. So for me, like immediately I got like the pit in the stomach.
Yeah.
And that's where I focused my breathing. But yeah.
Yeah. What are some thoughts that were soothing you, or some, because this is the part where we talk in our own head, right? That I was saying. Usually they're argumentative thoughts, but we want soothing thoughts. So what feels better from like a safe, powerful, loving, wise part of you?
From the reparenting more.
Yeah.
Their opinion doesn't matter. Like you are loved, and I think about my own children and my family and to my close knit circle of friends.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, it's still every now and then I'm like, I really don't know why I was picked on like that, but I don't know. But that's neither here nor there. Some things aren't meant to be answered, and but I know that it has shown up in my adult life, and that's the piece where you gotta fix.
Yeah, and from a neuroscience perspective, your subconscious brain gets formed before age 7. So you've created these neurons of what happened and what you made it mean, right? And so once you've wired the neurons of what you made it mean, then it just kind of snowballs and continues down that same pattern, which is why it's here right now in your business. Right. Yeah, and it's innocent, right?
Yeah.
So then it's going to take a little bit of time to repattern and to switch to a different track, so to speak. Yeah. It's so good. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else? Don't all go at once. Okay. Jackie.
I'd already shared mine, but it like stems from the not picking things up fast enough. Like when I go back to that kindergarten self, like I was perceived as someone that should get things quick. Like that I was pretty bright in all these other areas. This one area I was lacking. And so the fact that I couldn't grasp it, and the harder I tried, and it made me like look at other people, like why is it so much easier for them, or why are they being praised for that and I'm having to work so much harder for it? Why does it seem so much more unattainable for me than it is for them? Or like, and then I would even the embarrassment of it too, so that like you want to hide yourself away, and that reveals itself now, and like I don't want to put myself out there because it's just adding to that feeling of comparison, or that feeling that I don't belong in that space because I'm not catching up as fast as everybody else is.
Yeah, and what are the self-soothing thoughts that you were able to access?
Yeah, the self-soothing thoughts for me are I've actually come up with a mantra for it. So like I'm exactly where I need to be co-creating the life of my dreams. Like whenever I catch myself now in a phase of like comparison, or like, no, you're on your journey, like just owning the fact that I'm back on this path of where I need to be. Because like Brooke said a few moments ago, like you don't know what goes on in the backs of the scenes of all these other people's lives or what they deal with. All you can do is come back to where you are. So that co-creation element, because I'm a person of faith, like I'm co-creating the life that I'm meant to live, and just coming back to that space. And then I also have this nifty little bracelet that I wear all the time that says trust the journey. So it also reminds me like a visual cue, because it came up for me so often. And then now like I can look at that too. Compliments of a dear friend who that just helps me remember like this is my journey. And however long it takes me, maybe it's taking me that long for a purpose. Maybe it's helping me grow my empathy, my compassion for somebody else. Maybe it's helping me strengthen a muscle that I'm going to need to use more throughout my life. And that resilience quality is important.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Yeah, it's like once it's waking up from the story that you're telling yourself and understanding that you're whole and complete anyway. And there's that other part of you that talks that wants to just be like, no, you didn't get it fast enough. The self-critic, right? And then just loving that part anyway. It's beautiful. Thank you. Okay, let's carry on. I want you to make a new list. Oh my gosh, this is where we get really free. I'm so excited about this one. What makes you qualified to do your niche? Whatever you're focused on. What most of you, I suppose, I imagine are doing Beachbody. So what makes you qualified to be doing Beachbody? How many years have you gone through your own growth journey to get where you are now? You really only have to be one step ahead of your clients. How many hours have you spent reading, learning, or consuming teachings about the subject? I know you all do PD every day, right? What previous experience helps you with this work? How many books have you read? How many podcasts have you listened to? How much money have you spent on your growth overall? You're most likely saving your clients money. So just getting really real with yourself. making a new list of, we're looking for evidence to the opposite. And it's again, getting really specific, asking the mind to get specific about what's really true, what's really here. So I would love to hear.
This is my favorite part. I love the
Love part.
Yeah, I do. I mean, and I feel like you know that about me, but like the evidence part is always my favorite because it, like, Kristen, when you had said, as soon as you started examining the belief and you're like, well, yes, I am a stay-at-home mom, but I am not just a stay-at-home mom. That's where like the evidence to me, because I like, again, like seeing it through the logical and rational lens, I'm like, yeah, there's these like data points, but there's also scripture and faith and heart and all of that that goes into it. And so like what I always like to tell myself and any new coaches, like number one, you said all you have to do is be one step ahead. Like literally if you've pushed the submit button on your enrollment and she has not, you're already ahead. Like you already know how to do something. But like you are, the other thing that I love about this, especially if you're looking at fraud and that aspect of this, is just you're an expert on your own journey. Like you asked how many years? 37 years, because I'm 37 years old. Like I've lived my life for 37 years. Nobody else is more of an expert on my story and what I have experienced than me. And then, I always love just the examining of how many hours of learning and books and podcasts and calls. And, it's just mind numbing. So if I can save somebody even half of that time, I'm already providing a value to people that needs to be shared. So
Absolutely.
I love this part. This
wow. Powerful. Thank you.
my favorite.
That's amazing. Yep. You're saving them time and money. Yep. Anybody else? Are you getting free here? Anybody need coaching? You want to start gathering the evidence to the part that you're good enough and you have expertise that is unique to you. Nobody can say it like you say it. You get that? And you can't compare your expertise to someone else's expertise because it's incomparable. Hello, is this thing on? Let's do this. I want to see you. Are you getting free? Kristen, how's it going?
I had to find my unmute button. It's good. Mine were kind of similar to Danielle with it. Like this has been my whole life. The things I was stuck on the last one was still, it's the but comments and how they still impact my idea of not good enough, not quite there. It's not good enough to share with somebody, but reminding myself again.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of experience.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was delayed in my, go ahead.
I would say, I don't have a lot of experience as a Beachbody coach. Like that's new for me, like a month maybe. But again, I have experience, I've been an athlete my whole life. I'm a woman with PCOS. I have changed careers. Like, again, I went through a residency as a chaplain at a trauma center. Like I have experiences that make me valuable to people and somebody they can connect with. And reminding myself that those things didn't go away just because I stopped working.
100%.
So.
Yeah, and if you can, the word "but" negates everything that you said in the sentence before. So if we could just shift to another 3-letter word, which is "and," right? Each time you hear that "but" come up, just say "and." So can you try it now? I'm a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah, I do the I'm a stay-at-home mom
and
a Beachbody coach. I'm a stay-at-home mom and a woman with PCOS and Sometimes I just put a period and drop the and, just two
Nice.
separate statements.
Yeah.
So they're
I
not
love
linked.
that. I love that. Yeah. And just replacing the but every time I know that it's a pattern that's been sort of wired in your subconscious mind. And the cool thing is that there's neuroplasticity. So you can start to change that pattern by just bringing consciousness to it and being like, no, that's my old thought. And here's what my new thought is. Yeah. Powerful. Thank you. Anybody else? How's it going, Erica? I haven't heard from you. She's in the car. You're on mute. Oh, no, you're not. Okay.
Yeah,
Hi.
sorry, my office for the time being. Yeah. Wait, what was the question? I forgot again. Sorry.
What's coming up around all of this? Are you getting free? What's happening for you?
I feel like I just have like a lot of self-limiting things. Like Kristen was saying, I have the whole I'm a stay-at-home mom and I should be further along, and all of those. So, I hope that I'm able to bring something to somebody, but I feel like it limits me, that I feel like maybe I don't. Maybe I'm just too broken, honestly, to bring anything to anybody.
Mm-hmm. Where do you feel that in your body when you say that?
Everywhere.
Yeah. Does it hurt? Can you soothe that, like that part of you with the whole part of you? What would feel good from
Sorry, you're frozen.
Hello? What would feel good from a safe, powerful person? Can you hear me?
No.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can hear you now. I couldn't hear you.
What would feel good to hear back from to that part of you that says I'm broken?
That you're not, and you're going to be okay.
Mm-hmm. Who is someone who is safe and powerful and loving and connecting for you?
My husband.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so what would he say? What I want you to know is
that you're being stupid and you need to stop thinking like that.
mm-hmm. Because what I know about you, Erica, is
I can't hear you again. Sorry.
I said what I know about you is what?
That I'm not as broken as I think I
Yeah.
am.
And what I know about you that you don't know about you.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what would he say?
That there's probably other people out there more broken than you, and you probably be beneficial to them.
Mm-hmm. Lovely. Yeah. And so what I want you to know, Erica.
Probably once again, stop being stupid.
What I want you to understand.
That you are beneficial to people, that you do give.
Yeah. And just take a deep breath and let that sink in. How's that feel?
Heavy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot here. Yeah. And can you give me some evidence, like from this slide, of how you are benefiting people, how you are beneficial?
Say that again.
Can you give me some evidence here? How long have you been on your journey?
I feel like my whole life.
So how many years is that? You don't have to say. You could just say it in your own head. It's a long time, right?
38 years.
Yeah. So you have 38 years of experience. How many hours have you spent reading, learning, or consuming information about your health and wellness
Probably hundreds, if not
and
thousands.
mindset? Yep. And what previous experience helps you with this work?
My career in healthcare.
Yeah. You do have something beneficial to bring to others. How many books have you read? Podcasts have you listened to?
Probably hundreds.
Probably a lot more than most people out there. Am I right?
Probably.
How much money have you spent on your growth overall?
Too much and not enough.
Yeah. The only way to mastery is through experience. So I want you to just say out loud, I forgive myself for buying into the belief.
I forgive myself for buying into the belief.
Tell me the belief.
That I'm not good enough.
That I'm broken.
That I'm broken.
Because the truth is.
Because the truth is, I may be broken, but I still have something to offer.
Yeah. I am beneficial to others. I heard you say that.
Part of me believes that. Yes.
Yeah. Great. Yeah. Then, this is an old pattern that's running, an old loop. So you wake up to the fact that it's not the complete truth. The truth is you're also beneficial to others, and you start running that pattern, running that track. When you find yourself saying, no, I'm too broken to help anyone. It's like, no, my new belief is that I am beneficial to others. And then you remind yourself of the journey that you've been on. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. And I get there's a lot here. And it's, and the wonderful Jackie and Danielle are equipped to support you with that. Shall they be able to? And come back to this list again and again and again. It's like, come back to the evidence, come back to the statement, I forgive myself. How many years have you thought you were broken?
Forever.
Yeah. So it's just going to take a few years or a little bit of time to start the motor running in the other direction, right? Does that make sense to you? Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. So then what is your new belief, your new thought that you want to start implementing and focusing on?
More positivity.
What is one sort of statement that sums all of this up?
That I will be okay and I'm not as broken as I think.
Bingo. Yeah. That's the mind. That's just the mind. You're whole and complete right now. Like, look around you, totally safe, right? Nothing's going on. We're just having a conversation and having thoughts. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm here to support you and thank you for your courage. I really want to acknowledge you for going through that with me. How do you feel now?
A little better.
Yeah. And it's like, it's climbing up the emotional scale. It's like step by step, you start to feel a little better and a little better and a little better. And that becomes your new baseline. Yeah. So I would recommend you to do this work, question one belief every day.
I will.
Mm-hmm. Then you can stop buying into the mind.
Right.
Can anyone relate to the wonderful Erica? Yeah. I definitely have had those thoughts too. What did you say, Danielle?
I said, that's why I worked with you for a whole year.
Yeah.
And Erica, if I can give you encouragement that isn't maybe encouragement at all, it's to have somebody like share this with somebody and have them hold you accountable to it, because it's one thing, I think, to do that on your own. And it's another thing to have somebody else call you to the carpet and say, like, are you doing your mindset work? Are you, Are you questioning your beliefs? Are you rewriting that? So it's really helpful to have the accountability.
Yeah. Thank you, Danielle.
I agree. Thank you.
And this is repetition is the mother of all skill, right? Tony Robbins right there. So repeating this exercise again and again, it's not like you just get free of it once and you start to feel better once. This is a process that you can do and come back to. And I recommend every day. I do mindset work every single day because it's like, what am I believing today? And is that actually true? If I slow down and ask myself, right? And sometimes you believe it is, but you can take it through the work, take it through these questions. Arriving somewhere new. So what is your new belief? So everybody, I want just everybody to write down, I forgive myself for buying into the belief because the new truth is, my truth is, and then write your new truth so that you have one statement to come back to after looking at all that evidence. Do you have it? This is a great slide to screenshot and remember and just commit to your memory forever. I forgive myself because a little kid most likely made it up, right? That first grader, am I right? Likely made it up. Or however old you were. Okay, what do you have? Let's popcorn really fast. I know we're coming up at time. Sorry, I'm over a little. Maureen, what do you have?
I forgive myself for buying into the belief that no one likes me, because the truth is I have plenty of people in my life that love me, and I have something to offer everyone from my own life journey.
Yeah. Amazing. And you're so lovable. I'm gonna, will you add me to that list? Because yeah, I really like you. Anybody else? Yeah. Yeah. So we got lots of evidence and just keep stacking the evidence, right? That's what your big book of wins is for. It's like looking at all the evidence. Danielle, what do you have? Thank you, Maureen.
I was trying to find my unmute button.
Yeah.
So just that I forgive myself for the misunderstanding that I was a one-hit wonder. The truth is God isn't done with me yet.
No way. You got more hits inside of there. You're like the Beatles. Elvis Presley. Okay. Okay, great. She's an Elvis girl. Thanks. Kristen.
I forgive myself for believing that I am not doing it well enough.
Nice.
Because my new truth is I am enough.
Big time. Yeah, you are. Thank you. Jackie.
I forgive myself for the belief that I should be further along than I am. The truth is that I'm exactly where I need to be, co-creating the life that I'm meant to live.
Yes, you are. Fun. Thank you. Paige.
I forgive myself for the misunderstanding that I won't amount to anything unless I'm copying someone. The truth is I can be me and succeed.
Beautiful. Yeah, you can. Thank you. And Erica, how are you doing over there? Let me see her hand. Okay. So, oh, okay, you're here. Go ahead.
Mine was kind of like the same as before. I forgive myself for the belief that I'm completely and totally broken and bring nothing. And my new truth is that I'm stronger than I think.
Anybody else want to cry? That's amazing, Erica. Powerful. Yes, get it. So good. And just so you know, the only way through to mastery is through experience, right? The baby is gonna walk. We don't beat the baby up for falling down. Am I right? And the baby will eventually drive a car, most likely. So you're gonna get skill. You're gonna. I know Danielle's cringing, but it's like you're gonna get that skill, and that's gonna happen in your business too. But you have to go through the experience of it, and the only way through is experience. We want to just get to the part where we're perfect and everything's fine and great, but we have to go through the experience to get there. Yeah. That perfectionist thing in us. So taking on a new blueprint in your body, like I said, this is a subconscious rewiring. So if you were Beyonce, or you were in your, when you're thinking in this new truth, how does she stand? How do you stand? Maybe sitting a little taller, being a little more present, being a little more confident, a little bit more spicy even. So take it on in your body. This is, again, it's always a body conversation. Confidence lives in your body, and it's available to you right now. So find your queen self. I want you to just do it right now. Find that queen, that inner queen. Yeah, that's right. Take up a little more space. Sit up a little bit taller. It's okay to take up space. And yeah, and just breathe here and be a queen, expecting things to arrive for you, expecting good things to come, right? Does a queen not think that? Okay. Do you get this? Woohoo. So now say out loud, I'm someone who is, and then fill in the blank. I'm someone who is lovable just exactly as I am. I'm someone who's building a business. I'm someone who's powerful, confident CEO, whatever you want to say. From this queen place. Ooh. This feels good. I'm feeling good. How are you guys feeling? Better than the other thing where you're like, not good enough. I don't want to, I can't share, right? Different. Yeah. And it happens in the body. Did you notice that? Okay. Okay, good. So now you ask yourself, do I actually need to upgrade my skills? Do I actually need to take that leadership training? Do I actually need to whatever? Or is it, because I would never want you to go out and try to upgrade your skills without doing mindset work first. So actually ask yourself, do I need to do anything right now from this place of worthiness and being a queen of my kingdom? Right? Yes or no? Do you? Do you actually need to? Or can you just get started right now? Are you ready right now? I'm just going to say you're ready right now. Danielle said, ready right now. That's right. Anybody else ready right now? Got some nods? Ready right now. Yes, yes. You can do it now. It's all available to you. It's all within you. So what's one action that you can take? I could use a tune-up, said Erica. Yeah, I hear. Yeah. What's one action that you can take in the next 24 hours to move your business forward with this new thought? When you do take action and you have a new thought, you wire your neurology together. This is a thing. Read Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza. Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. Anyway, you wire your neurology together when you couple a conscious thought with an action. So what's one thing that you can do to prove to yourself that you're likable and lovable, right? Or that you're stronger than you think you are, or whatever else amazing things you just said. Do you have an action step? Thumbs up if you have an action step. Okay, Danielle's got it. Okay, Kristen's got it. Maureen, got it. Erica, thumbs up. Okay, Jackie, yes. Paige, yes. Okay. Okay, does anybody want to share and be held accountable here by us? Danielle said, I'll follow up with the 3 people who have let sit in my inbox. Right? Love that. Because then you're not letting the imposter take hold. You're like, no, I'm going to address this thing. I'm going to do it from a place of empowerment, feeling strong enough, good enough, like an expert, like the expert I am, like the queen I am. Charlie's about to bark. Okay, anything else? We'd love to hear your takeaways. What are you taking away? Are you feeling freer? Are you not feeling freer? Do you need more tune-up? Right? Maybe the one action that you can take is to do mindset work every day. That's a really good action to take. Because if you're trying to move your business forward with a mindset that's not supporting you, then you might not get the results that you want to have. Yeah? Questions? Anything else? Okay. Yeah.
Do you have like a one pager for them with those questions?
Oh, yeah. I have a mindset worksheet.
Yeah. Just
I
so
do.
that if they want to be able to have that in their journal or something like that, that they can reference those questions pretty quickly.
We don't have I have my VA still writing the imposter syndrome worksheet, but I have the regular mindset worksheet, which is just as good.
Yeah.
So I'll share it in the chat.
Yeah, if you would, that would be great.
Yeah. People who do mindset work, it's like the most successful people I know do mindset work. They treat their business like they're a CEO. They delegate out and they get support, right? So I encourage you to do mindset work.
Part about it is too, like, you may start it. I know I started a lot of my mindset work with the goal of having my business move forward. But the beautiful part about it is it infiltrates every area of your life. So if it starts to level up your mindset in work, it also levels up your mindset in the way that you parent, in the way that you're a spouse, in the way that you are a daughter or a friend, a coach. So it just up levels everything by the fact that this might be the gateway, but it makes its way into everything.
It really does. Your mindset matters. It's 80% of your success. 20% is strategy.
Yeah, it improves your quality of life.
If you want strategy, go to your team, your upline. They all know the strategy. It's just like what's getting in your way. Usually it's a fear or it's a mindset issue.
Sure.
Yeah. So that's it. And here's how to get in touch with me. Whoa. Oh, I'm doing a course July 9th to September 10th. You can find out more about it through I have a Facebook group, or you can get on my email list. We are sending out a free mini course next week for money mindset. So if you want to be on my email list, just join my Facebook group, and there's a place to put your email. So you can screenshot that. And yeah, that's it. And if you want to jump in the course, it's July 9th to September 10th, and feel free to book with my Calendly link there if you are interested in continuing more mindset work. It's really powerful.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful for you and your time.
You're so welcome.
There's going to be many more women that watch this replay.
Oh, good.
From this experience. So thank you for spending your time with us tonight.
Yeah, I'm here to support you, and feel free to DM me if you have any questions or anything like that. I'm around and available. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing all of your hearts. Bye. Bye. Thanks.